You've spent years chasing your dreams, sacrificing everything for success. But now that you've made it, why does the victory feel so hollow? The applause fades, the accolades mean nothing, and the loneliness is overwhelming. You're standing on the highest peak of your life, but there's no one beside you to share the view. Is this really what you wanted? Imagine standing on the highest peak of your life. You finally made it. Every sacrifice, every tear, every sleepless night, it all led to this moment. But as you stand there, looking out at the world, you realize something that sends a chill down your spine. You're alone, completely, utterly alone. The silence is deafening, and the weight of your achievements feels like chains, dragging you into a void of emptiness. This is the loneliness of success, and it's a price you never imagined paying. I'm gonna tell you a story about my friend. Let's call him Mario. Mario started with nothing but a dream. Young, hungry, and relentless. Every day, he worked harder, pushing past the limits of exhaustion, ignoring the growing distance between him and everything else. Friends stopped calling, family gatherings were missed, but it was all worth it, right? Because success was the goal. Every promotion, every new accolade, every step closer to the top was proof that the sacrifices were paying off. But what happens when the pursuit of success becomes an obsession? A tunnel vision that leaves nothing but darkness in its wake. In the beginning, it felt like a noble quest. Late nights at the office, endless meetings, the adrenaline of closing another deal. It was all good. Every achievement was a badge of honor, a testament to his dedication. But with each success, something was left behind. A friend's wedding, a child's first steps, an anniversary, moments that can't be reclaimed. He told himself it was necessary, that they would understand, that in the end it would all be worth it. But success is a demanding master, and the more it was fed, the hungrier it became. And then he made it, the pinnacle of success. The world finally recognized him for his brilliance, his tenacity. Awards, applause, headlines. His name was everywhere. But when the lights went down and the crowds dispersed, the silence that followed was unbearable. The phone stopped ringing, not because there was no business, but because there was no one left to call. The loneliness set in, deeper than ever before, more suffocating than any failure could have been. He looked around his empire and saw nothing but emptiness. The view from the top, it turns out, is beautiful but barren. He had reached the point where success should bring him happiness, fulfillment, but instead, it brought the stark realization that he had traded everything of real value for it. Relationships now were distant memories. Love was a stranger, and joy, true simple joy, was nowhere to be found. This was the cost of success. A life filled with wealth, power and prestige, but empty of meaning, connection and love. He had everything the world told him to want, but he felt more lost than ever. The loneliness was unbearable, and the emptiness inescapable. But in the depth of his despair, he found a spark of hope. It wasn't in another deal, another accolade, but in the simple act of reaching out. An apology, a phone call, a visit, Small steps that started to bridge the gap he had created. Slowly, he began to rebuild, not his empire, but his life. He reconnected with the people he had pushed away, found joy in the moments he had once overlooked, and rediscovered what it meant to be truly successful. It wasn't about the power, the wealth, or the prestige. It was about love, connection, and purpose. Success might be a hollow victory when it's achieved at the cost of everything that makes life worth living. Don't lose yourself in the pursuit of goals that leave you empty and alone. The real victories in life aren't the ones that fill your bank account or your trophy shelf. They're the ones that fill your heart, the ones that you share with those you love. Everything can be done through balance. You can be successful and still have your life. Remember that at the end of the day, it's not about how high you've climbed, but who you've brought with you on the journey.